the country. He succeeded John Tate, who of course is now half of a world's champion, the WBA champion, as the best amateur in the country.
Well, he's come out in 6 pro fights, 6 knockouts, and looks like he's going to have a very productive career.
He's weighing in 230 pounds from Baltimore, Maryland. His career record, 10 wins, 4 losses. Let's hear it for Ira Martin.
You're listening to Frank Shane, the ring announcer.
Wearing white trunks trimmed with red. Weighed in at 228 pounds. The up-and-coming, rising heavyweight star. Undefeated in 6 bouts, 6 knockouts from Louisville, Kentucky. Let's hear it for Greg Page.
The referee is Tony Perez. The scoring here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, on a rounds basis, scored by the referee and 2 judges with a supplementary point system if the rounds come out even on an official's card. The mandatory 8 count is in effect. However, there is no 3 knockdown rule. That is the referee's discretion. He can stop it after 1 knockdown. He can allow it to go on as he decides. A man, however, cannot be saved by the bell. If he is floored at or near the ringing of the bell ending a round, he must arise by the count of 10, even though the bell might ring, except in the last round. Wearing the blue trunks is Ira Martin from Baltimore, and wearing the white trunks with the red trim is Greg Page from Louisville, Kentucky. Round 1, it is scheduled for 8. Page has a lot of the mannerisms of Muhammad Ali, especially keeping those gloves down low and then opening up with a flurry of punches. Martin, a seasoned campaigner, will bide his time. Page is a good hitter, particularly with the left hook, and he throws a good combination. And that punch rocked Martin. Martin was rocked there.
A good straight right hand.
Page is inclined to showboat, and Martin is down already. This is all in the first minute of round 1.
Looks like Page wants to be around a little bit longer than Martin does.
He will be, apparently. Martin is taking a battering on the ropes, and already they're yelling, "Stop the fight." And I think the referee is going in, and it is all over. Approximately 1 minute and 3 seconds of the first round. A knockout for Greg Page, who has won 7 now and lost 7, all by knockouts. And whether or not that was a fair test for Greg Page, I don't know. We'll have to let the future decide that, won't we, Larry?
Well, some of the boos here at the convention hall suggest that they didn't think it was the fans didn't think it was a fair test. And of course, Martin looks just like, if you pardon the expression, a piece of meat out there for Page to batter on, and Page did indeed batter on him.
Well, it was no contest right from the beginning. A straight right hand by Page started Martin on his way, and he continued as Page battered him. Let's look at the replay of this now.
All right, short left. He's just feeling him out here. Going to the body very nicely. Page backs out because he really would like a little bit more competition than he's getting at this point. And he goes to work in a very, very professional manner, I would say, Don.
TKO, Greg Page.
But I imagine he's had some stiffer workouts in the gymnasium.
I think so. Anyway, the time was 1 minute and 3 seconds of the first round. There is Greg Page, the winner, talking to Butch Lewis, one of the promoters here tonight. And Jerry Quarry is up in the ring. And Jeff Levine is bringing a very happy Greg Page over to Jerry. So go ahead, Jerry.
I'm here with Greg Page, the winner by a first-round knockout. How'd you feel about that?
Man, you know, ain't nothing but a day's work.
Well, let me tell you something. I mean, we wanted to see a little bit more action. You took it away from us too quick.
Well, Michael Dose couldn't knock him out of the way. I could.
So you wanted to impress somebody, huh? Well, we're going to take a little look at it right here in a minute, and then you can explain a little bit what was really happening, okay? When we get it. Here we are.
like I was hurting with the body shots, and he started dropping his left hand, and I started going over top his right hand with left hook, and left hook started catching him, so I started throwing my right hand over top, so he fell for the move right there, so that's when I stopped him with.
That left hook to the body really did some damage.
Right? That's what I've been working on body shots, okay? Because heavyweights cannot take body shots.
As a rule, they can't, and you're proving it, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, congratulations, Greg, and I wish you the best of luck in your future, man.
Like you, man.
No, you got it, partner. We'll give it back to John and Larry.
All right, Jerry, that's the happiest I've seen Greg Page in 2 days, Larry. He was almost sullen all day here. I guess it's a big weight off his shoulders now that he's won this bout so convincingly.
Well, you know what we've seen, Don? You know, when you ordinarily see a heavyweight prospect along about his 15th or 20th fight, and you look back at his record, and there are a number of KO1s on the record. Well,
This is what it is.
We have just seen a KO1 in the ring record book.
Well-
He is an impressive specimen, we have to say that.
Well, he's
We ought to say also that the fact that one of the promoters here tonight also handles him,
Butch Lewis,
Butch Lewis, may suggest
he was
why,
whispering in his ear.
why the opponent was the opponent. But nonetheless, it was my first look at him under live conditions,
Well,
and I have to be
I
impressed.
saw him against the Russian heavyweights a couple of years ago when he was still an amateur, and he was impressive then. And in a way, it's a shame he didn't go on to meet Teofilo Stevenson in the Olympics, but he'd rather have the big heavyweight title.
By that time of the Olympics, he will have already had a dozen or 15 straight wins on his record, and will be moving on from there.
All right, Larry, now let's go to Len Berman with Pinklin Thomas and Georgie Benton.